Hello, hello. It's funny, I figured out how to go live on my game, and I'm still trying to but I'm still getting the hang of going live with, I got the new computer, but StreamYard also changed a bunch of things. I'm gonna put my glove on, my Michael Jackson glove. Might help if I put that on the right way. Okay, that's not the one I need to look at. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Which one am I on? I'm on that one. I'm on that one. Hello, everybody. That was always a slow start because that's just how I roll. Making sure I have all my buttons clicked and all my shit sorted out. Okay, that's over there. And I'm going to go over here. Don't worry, I'm just making sure that's ready to go. Oh, la la la. So anyway, I'm taking a break from video game binging. That does not go there. That goes, I guess that goes there for now. Anyway, so hello. Share your referral link. Oh my God, I forgot about that. Don't worry, it's nothing that matters. That's for later. That's for now. So today is all about sewing. If you're coming in looking for video game content, I'm just here, come on up. I'm just making sure my iron is ready to go. I'm doing some quilty shit today. I find it easier to fill the iron from a old water bottle. I just fill the water bottle up from the sink, so I don't do anything special. I just find it easier to keep a water bottle handy and fill it here than trying to wrestle the entire thing into the bloody sink. So anyway, I haven't been doing a lot of sewing lately, so I thought I was binging my video game instead. So I thought it was a good idea to come in and actually do some sewing. What am I doing? Where is that? Open panel. What's that doing? YouTube changed a couple of small things. Nothing that matters. StreamYard changed a couple of small things. Nothing that matters. I've got a new computer, so some things are a little different now. Nothing that matters. But combined, I spent the first like 10 minutes going, okay, where's everything? What's going on? So I've also got, what am I looking at? There we go. I've also got my AccuQuilt out because I'm going to be doing, I only need a few strips. I haven't cut them yet, so I got to do that too. So anyway, hi everybody. I've got a few things I'm working on. I'm going to be turning that into something nice today. I've got a nice little panel here that I'm going to turn into something nice. I've also got a few other things that I'm going to be turning into something nice. I hope nice. I want to I've got a project. I've got a project coming up. Not project, but okay. That one needs to be ironed, and so does that one. So I gotta cut that. I'm missing something. Meh. Once I figure it out, I'll be up or down or wherever I end up. Anyway, come on, heat up. Still not heating up yet. So anyway, what I've got going on right now, we're still waiting to see if we're going to be getting a, here, instead of watching my stomach, there we go. We're still waiting to see if we're going to be getting a postal strike up here in the wonderful country of Canada. So I am hopefully that means that this drama is over, because the tariffs are being discussed. This is a very, very stubborn looking crease in there. Hey, Cass, good morning. There we go. So the thing to do, if you've got a super stubborn crease, this has a really, really stubborn crease. If you've got a really stubborn crease, it doesn't want to iron out. They both do. I knew that when I knew that. See, it's still there. If you've got a really stubborn crease and you don't want to screw around with it, get a water bottle, get it nicely damp, shoot it with some heat, get some hot water going on it. And I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can still see that it's still damp. Leave it for a few minutes. Leave it for a few minutes. So anyway, I'm not quitting the shop. I've made that decision. The shop isn't going anywhere, but it's not a priority right now. I want to prioritize the shop. Nothing wrong with that. I want to prioritize the shop, but the reality is that I try that, and then life works out against me. This is all the political stuff between the politics and now what might be our second postal strike in a year. It's like, I am just going to not agonize about shop stuff right now. That should be fine. I'm going to not agonize about shop stuff right now. I'm going to work on some quilting stuff. I'm not doing a particular quilt. What my plan is right now is do, they call them sampler quilts, and I guess they're all different depending on what you do. But what I can do, let me get my board out, because I really am just, screwing around today. I'm screwing around today, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a thing for the shop or a thing for me. So anyway, so you guys know what a quilt is, right? Obviously, it's a blanket shaped item, and you usually have different blocks. Each block will have a pattern in it. That's a quilt, right? And you just do a bunch of them, connect them all together. Well, what I'm going to do I need to learn stuff. I need to learn the things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be not invested in this. Because what you can also do is throw your shit all over the floor. I've seen this before and I really like it. So you start off, so you've got your quilt, right? You've got your idea for a quilt, but one block can be this big with a big design in it. Then you can do two little blocks here and here, right? Then you can do, and they don't have to match. You can have another block here with a design in it. You can fill this in just by putting in a nice strip of something. And then you can do two more blocks here. They do not have to be the same size. The blocks do not have to be the same size, as long as you're willing to do filler pieces to go into any areas that are left over after you work on a thing. So this is what I'm doing. This is what my next quilt is going to be all about, because where did I put it? Oh my God, I put it somewhere. I don't know where it is. I put it somewhere. Yeah, I guess I'm using this. So anyway, what I'm doing, I was discussing this while I was gaming yesterday. What I'm going to do is I need to get better. Some of these blocks that I can do, I really enjoy, but I just need more practice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a collection. If I end up with 150 blocks, then that just means I'm making 10 quilts or however many quilts, right? If I end up with bigger blocks, then blah, blah, blah. So that is my agenda. That is what I'm doing. I'm going to go there. I got a chair. I have a chair sitting over there behind me, cluttering up my whole area. So the first one I'm going to do, because I've never actually done one, is called a floating 9 patch. I already had these. Okay, now I already had these. And a floating 9 patch, hey Nanaby! A floating 9 patch is usually, I've got these all, okay, these have ups and downs, depending on which way the seams have been ironed out. I'm not concerned whether this looks good or not good. I am concerned with practicing and getting a little bit better at this. So if I end up with, if I end up with a bunch of these that are done badly, I can turn it into a puppy quilt. I've got a quilt right now that lives on my floor in my bedroom, and that's Bruno's blanket. So I can do these as pet blankets. I can save the ones that don't turn out and turn them into pet blankets. And then I can save the ones that do turn out and turn them into people blankets. Oh, wow, that's a piece I already had using for that. Come on. Come on, come on. So, because I've said this before, and I've said this before, and I have been pretty open about that. As much as I do everything else, I'm still a pretty solidly beginner when it comes to quilting. I really am, and I'm not going to apologize for that. You got every single different type of sewing is a little different. Every single one. Clothes is like I suck at making clothes. I except for basic mending, I won't even try clothes. So every different type of sewing is a little bit different. I need to get up my 1/4 inch foot is what I need to do. See, already screwing things up. So if I have one that does well, so I can practice. So I'm going to all I'm going to do for the next little bit. What's going on? Is it stuck on something? All I'm going to do. Oh. Obviously, sewing a straight line I've got down pat, and I just got to make sure I get these ones lined up on the thing. So yeah, I'm taking a break from my gaming. I'm already at my maximum level, so that's a thing. I thought I'd take a break now that I've accomplished my personal goal. My personal goal was to max out max out a character's level and get it. Every character that you can create in this game has like a maximum thing that it does, and when you have the maximum thing going on, you just run through the entire game. Boom, everything's dead. Boom, everything's dead, and it makes for a lot of fun in some ways, but you run the risk of getting a little bit bored in others if you just. The binge period of my gaming on this game is over. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Bottom one's a little less good, but that's okay. They don't have to be perfect. That's what dogs are for. Dogs get the benefit of the stuff that didn't quite go the way you wanted it to. Okay, so this is what's called, this one here, I've never actually made one before. It's called a floating 9 patch. Just so I can get my computer a little bit. Oh my God, I suck at sewing clothes as well. Boxers are my only success, and everyone's okay with that. Yeah, I do. What do I do? I'm learning. I'm okay. Okay, I've done like 11 or 12 quilts right now. I have a quilt as you go technique that I really enjoy using, and I can quilt. It's the schmancy stuff. Like, okay, putting this together and calling it a block? Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay, sew this shit together. Now you have a block. Okay, so I can put this together and then make a quilt piece out of it. But I'm gonna do a floating 9 patch, but I'm doing it a little bit differently. Just a little bit differently. I don't think it's anything like earth-shatteringly new, but I get impatient is what I do. Disappearing 9 patch, that's what it's called. Floating 9 patch. My God, see, I can't even get the terms right. So a disappearing 9 patch. This is a 9 patch. I should have my stitches a little closer together. So yeah, while we wait out the last of the drama, we have a new prime minister. So because we just had our federal elections. So what's going to happen there? We had our elections, and each side had a different plan for how they were going to deal with tariffs. So now that we know who is in charge, we're going to finally get an answer on what tariffs are going to look like in Canada, or not look like, or however that's going to go. And now that we know who's in charge, we still don't know anything about potential postal strike, at least not yet. Okay, that's going to that technically goes the same way, but I don't care. If I need to fix it, I'll fix it. Okay. So this is a 9 patch. Obvious, right? 1 to 9. It's a patch that's got 9 pieces on it. Now, what I was doing, I would do something like this. Then I would just call it done. Stop there, right? Which is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with, if this is the only thing you're comfortable doing and you do it well and you choose that you're going to make quilts out of it or do whatever, absolutely. But if you want to start getting a little practice on the schmancy designs, then you have to start practicing. So disappearing 9 patch, normally, if I do it wrong, then it's fine. I saw this and I don't quite have it. So you figure out where your center is. That's 4 inches. So you go exactly 2 inches, cut, and then exactly 2 inches and cut, and then you spin them. Hey, Gail, how you doing? Now I saw this. Okay, Gail and Nanaby are both in here. So there's a disappearing 9 patch I saw where you go over here and you do a narrow one, and then you go over here and you do another narrow one. And do you have to follow a specific style, or does it just automatically work? Am I saying that right? I can do a second one. I'm going to do this properly. So I can do it. I really owe it to myself to make sure I can do a proper one. So you go right down the middle, turn it sideways. This is what those rotating mats are great for, which I've got one, and I was just not going to bring it back up. I saw one where they were saying to go off to the side, 1 inch, a half inch, a quarter inch, and that you can do them. They're like a scrappy 9 block, whatever the heck. They're not as. So disappearing 9 patch, go like that. Actually, you go like that. Put that one there. Put that one there. Put that one there. And now you've got a whole different design. Actually, let me see. Put that one there. And you can like rearrange them to make them. That one there. Okay, either way, you're going to get at least one that's close, but it doesn't really matter. I hope it doesn't matter. I'm going to my first workshop later this month, and I'm trying to figure out what to bring. Do you still like your folding cutting mat and ironing board combo? This guy. Let me pull this guy out. This guy. This is my folding combo. Okay, let's bring this back. This is my folding combo. It can be a tiny bit awkward. I don't use it a lot because I'm not in a position. It was an amazing investment because I can write it off as a business expense. So when you open it up, I love this thing. I really do. If I didn't already have this mat, this would be living on my table. Absolutely, for sure. Now, this is a great ironing mat. this going underneath, this and the handle going under, you can pull them out. You can pull them out and you get a flatter surface. But if you just have to have them tucked in, they can be a little bit of a bulgy spot. So if you have a preference that way, so this piece here is really, really good. It's a proper, it's property. Oh my God, I cannot talk today. It is proper ironing board reflective material, so it can get really hot, which is fine. Obviously, you can put another piece of fabric over top or something if you're working with a fabric that you think might be sensitive to heat. Then I would consider, like, just throwing a scrap of fabric underneath before you iron, just to keep the heat from building up underneath. But I have not noticed a single problem. I have not had a single problem using this. It's just wipe it off to clean it. It's oh, and sometimes I just use it like this and just flip if I don't have a lot of space. Again, and you can, and with the handles, it's really easy to just, you fold it down. You can't see now. You fold it down, Velcro it in place, and it just goes. It's not that heavy. I think it weighs about 5 pounds or so. The cutting board side, I will say I have a slight criticism of the cutting board side, but I do think that might be partly my own fault. But it's OmniGrid, so this particular one is OmniGrid. The cutting board seems to take damage pretty easily. I can, but then again, the last time I used it, I was cutting batting. I am not 100% happy with using it to cut batting. That's my only criticism, because the lines, I mean, it is self-healing, and it goes, yeah. See, I'm just finding, I haven't had this out in a long time, but I cleaned it and I'm still finding little bits of batting, but that's normal shit anyway. So again, if you're the kind that just needs that strap out of the way, if you just need that strap out of the way, then you are going to have a slight bit of bumping here, which can cause a little bit of movement, a little bit of shifting. Fold it out. I really like it. I like it a lot. I'm finding it, when I'm using this, when I do use this, it's incredibly helpful. And yeah, like it cuts batting well. It cuts anything. Let me just stop myself. Let me just check myself here, because the thing is it doesn't really matter what cutting mat you're using. When you cut batting, you're going to have a mess to clean up. So yeah, I don't think it's any better or any worse. That is probably why I'm feeling it so much. I can feel the texture from cutting. Let's see if I can get it up here. Yeah, I think if I hadn't been cutting batting on it, I probably would not have this texture thing. But it cuts beautifully. It's a good mat. It is 18 by, it's 12 by 18. And I think this comes in I think there's another size that this comes with. But yeah, I like it. It's worthwhile. And like right now, it just slides down there. It just slides down there beside my table, leaning up against this thing. So it takes up no room. Yeah. If the strap bugs you, I mean, okay, for me, when I'm using it, like, okay, if I'm using it on camera, the strap is going to bug me because it's going to get on my laptop, and you can just look at the bottom of my face. The strap is going to get on my laptop, and then if I move the thing, I've got a camera and a computer up. So the last time I used this, I believe I was making a video at the time, right? Where did I put it? Oh my God, where is it? Oh, there it is. So yeah, the last time I was using it, I believe I had my computer out at the same time, which is going to cause a completely different set of, I guess, not problems, but it's going to be its own separate thing, right? Oh, that one could go there. There we go. That one's there. I know there's a system for folding these, but there we go. So yeah, I like it. I find it worthwhile. I like how convenient and portable it is. And I can't remember, but I got that before I got this. which is why I ended up with both. These are just craft cutting mats. You can get them for like a regular craft cutting mat. You can get for like $20 or $30. The only thing about a craft cutting mat is that they wear out faster. They wear out much faster. When I got this one, I got 5 at a time. Okay. Yeah, see? I gotta go like that. Nope, I gotta go like that. Like that. This is something I need to get the hang of, is just like get myself a little distracted. Then I go like that, and then I pick up the wrong piece. A lot of people, that's why they put either a pin or a clip in, even when they don't feel like they need one, is just to be able to track which side is going into the machine. Anyway, I need to practice some of the basic stuff just to get myself a head start on doing some of the schmancy stuff. And to get into the habit of not pinching out these corners. Okay. That one's going to go back there. See, I need a camera that's got a nice, nope, see, it's going to go that way. I need more cameras. 5 cameras. I had a craft cutting mat and wound up cutting out chunks. Yeah. I also need to. Yep. Oh my God. I usually figure out that my rotary cutter needs to be replaced once I realize, oh, hey, I've been sewing for the afternoon. I don't know why my shoulder is sore from the pressure. Yeah, I need to change my rotary cutter blades way more often than I do. Way more often. Funny thing is, now that I got the AccuQuilt thing going, they say that you can go for like years and years and years and not have to worry about them. But then again, with my little, mind you, the funny thing, I did it again. Jesus Christ. I got to stop back stitching. The back stitch on this, I just have to massage it back out into place. The back stitch on this sometimes wants to, I need a different webcam. I really do. Okay. Now let's get this under the iron right quick. Okay, that one went that way, so that one's got to go this way. See, this is why I'm practicing. This is why I'm practicing, because it's remembering which direction that the seams go in and stuff like that. Remembering to it's really tempting. It's really tempting to line it up from here. It's really tempting to line this up and not pay attention to how doing that is going to make that not line up. Got to line up from your centers. So this is why I'm dicking around a little bit today. I'm not gonna. I'm probably. I mean, this is one of the most basic stitches, basic blocks you can do. Apparently, I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, my game binging is. I'm still gonna be going live gaming because I can. But I'm going to try, by the way, if anybody's been noticing me gaming all week going, oh no, I think I'm going to start putting, I've already been putting, if I'm doing a gaming video, I'm I've always joked around that my gaming skills are solidly mediocre, which is why it's hey, I already talk like that. So if you see solidly mediocre Diablo, then or whatever video game solidly mediocre followed by whatever video game I happen to be playing, and my current binge-worthy game is Diablo. So I think what I'm going to start doing is putting sewing or something. If you guys want me to put something else, that's fine. Put sewing, blah blah blah, So start it with the word sewing. So that, because, you know, like, I mean, I love that you guys come and hang out with me, but you're not obligated to watch content. You're not obligated to watch me play a video game. And I don't want to blindside you with whatever I happen to be doing. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Okay, let's see if I did this right. Not bad at all. Let me iron it. Iron it and trim it. See where we're at. Oh, yeah. That goes that way. No, the whole thing's going to go that way. So like I said, I am doing the sampler style method where whatever size block I get is fine. I do have to get this one out today though. Is that my 9-inch? That's my 12-inch. That doesn't go there. That goes over there. I'll take it over there in a second. Okay. Oh, I do still need my 12-inch. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I need to find the center. This is not, oh, no. This is a, let's drop that down the center. Oh, wait, where's the center? That's the center. That's not quite right. This is going to be a 12-inch by 12-inch block. Perfect. So then you just line it up. Find your center lines. Line it all up. Find your center lines. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect because I'm going to do a quilt as you go method. Don't let it shift. This has got the seam allowance already in here, so I got to make sure I don't accidentally cut it a 1/4 inch too big in the one direction. There we go. I should have left it though. I usually don't trim my blocks down until just before I'm ready to use them, so I don't have to worry about fraying. But this, oh man, I should have done it properly. I didn't do it right. You know why I didn't do it right? Because I'm going to do a quilt as you go block. Okay, quilt as you go. I haven't picked the backing yet. You know what? If I'm doing it sampler style, I don't have to care about the back. I had a craft cutting mat and wound up, cutting out chunks. Sorry, just making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I'm just going to do, is that big enough? That is not wide enough. That's not wide enough. Is that one? I bet you it's not. Okay, I need a piece that's about 14 inches wide. But I also need, oh, that's what I need. I need to decide now. I need to decide right this minute what I am using for my batting. My batting, the blocks can all be different sizes and shapes, but the batting has to be the same. I want to make summer blankets. I will be right back. Okay, let us hope. Cross your fingers that some of this, that's big enough. That's big enough. Is this one? I've got so much of this. Is that gonna, that's not big enough. But I'm gonna save it because if I end up doing, I might end up doing 3 or 4 small, I might end up doing 4 of these separately, keeping them separate and then connecting them together. It's all gonna depend. I need to spend some time faffling my way through this. That's also not wide enough. Okay, so that's going to go there for now. This is why I have a giant pile of shit constantly cluttering up my stuff. And this, I never did clean up. Oh, yes, I did. I know what I did. This is none of these pieces are big enough. So you just go like that. Just grab that. I'm doing this batting because it's lighter and easier. Come on. That's not enough either. These pieces are, I saved most of this because I'm gonna use this. I gotta go put this back. I got one piece though. Okay, so here's my batting stash. That was my stash of little pieces. This is my bag of batting. This is the batting I bought. Last time there was a sale, I stocked up on batting. So this is going to sit back here today. Straight up. That is going to sit straight back. Oh, poor Shayla. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. There, we'll put it that way. I'm sorry, puppy. Ah, my poor doggy. So that is the piece. That goes there. I'm still going to have that other stuff available, but I should have checked it all first. I don't think it's going to move around very well on that. So, what I should have been doing when I was ready to trim that, I should have lined the whole thing up and got this going. See, this is why I'm reminding myself of, okay, this is the stuff I did right. It's been a while since I made a quilt, and there's no harm. Okay, it's been a while since I put real effort into making a good quilt. I think this one's too thick. I don't think this is the right batting. Let me just double check. It's doing what I want it to do, but it's a little thick. There we go. I know, baby, I'm sorry. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Whew. I've got another batting over there that's twice as thick as this. It's like, I got to make sure I don't have that. So we're going to throw a couple of pins in. Anyway, so what's new with everybody else? What's new and exciting? This is my new exciting. I need a day off from binging video games because, you know, like you go crazy on something and then you wake up and you go, I don't want to do that anymore, and you just don't do it again. Okay, that comes off there. I'm going to be making some pillows and stuff, so I'm saving those pieces to be like the batting for those pillows. La 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 la. Yeah, I was really shocked. The last time I did a pillow using this type in the small pieces, I was shocked. It cost me more for the batting than it did for the fabric. And it's like, that is just fucking crazy. Yeah, I got that. They had a sale on this stuff. So I went and got like 10 yards because I know I'll use it. Even if I don't use it right away, I store it in a bag. It stays fresh. It stays clean. So there's that is done. Where's my? I thought I just had a piece out. Ow, my neck still hurts. I thought I had. Did I not pull out a piece of fabric that I said was going to be the back? It needs to be 14 inches wide. Oh, there's a piece. There we go. We'll just. You know what? I can save those scraps for other blocks. I should stop trying. I can save those scraps for other blocks or to be backing. It doesn't need to be perfect. Yeah. Oh my God. I won't even buy foam. I looked at foam and it was like, this is fucking crazy. Oh, lovely. That fabric I said I didn't want to. The fabric I didn't have the heavy creasing. I just put other creases in it. That's for something else. I think, yeah, that's for this. No, that's not for that. Where is it? Man, I am tossing shit. There we go. That can go there. That can go there because that's next. Do I want this one? I think I have a nice dark one over there. Hi, baby girl. Are you okay? That's a little close. Okay. Usually I'm a little smarter than the fabric. And I have a bunch of stuff stacked up in the corner, ready to go. But I didn't do that this time. Come on. This needs to be a minimum of 14 inches by 12. Yeah, this needs to be a minimum of 14 by 14. Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. That's why like when COVID was still happening and everybody was dealing with supply and demand issues, that's why I was okay, no matter how I do this, I'm going to have some waste. So, and I'm focusing on fabrics that, I'm trying to focus on fabrics that aren't getting a lot of love anyway. So I am just going to, because this is going to, I'm not finishing this today or anything like this. So we're going to go all the way across. Basically, I'm going to turn it into a fat quarter. Yeah, no, it's yeah, the price of fabrics. I guess I can see why it's expensive. Quilting and sewing has never been a cheap hobby, but the price increases that we've seen, yeah, that's okay. This is a little bigger than what I need. Is that going to be the right width? That's too narrow. Okay, so I am just too lazy to get off my ass. Okay, that's 20, so I'll just do 20. Will it tear? Of course not. Of course it will not tear. Okay, it will tear. I just don't want to put that much work into making it tear. It does not need to be perfect. Not yet. Not yet. It's funny. I've done this exact same Quilt As You Go design style type on everything I do, and I don't think I've seen anybody copy it. Okay, and I use black. I'm just going to use black. There we go. I am just going to stick with the black because I do not want to have to try too hard. Center it as best you can. And shift the pins. Without stretching it. I didn't even measure this. Okay, so what I'm doing is if I have like a small patch that goes to here, then I'm just going to custom cut a little guide to fill in any corners or gaps that end up happening. There they are. Something else I've got to practice. Something else I really need to practice is slowing the fuck down. I tend to just get zip, 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 zip. And then, and for anybody who doesn't know, there's two ways that you can do this, because you can just sew this to this first, and then just do that as a separate step later. Let's go there. That one's shifted a bit, but that one hasn't. And you can also use 505 spray and all kinds of stuff to hold it in place. So I'm going to go, I'm just going to crisscross through the center and then go around the outside. This is not something that needs a lot of quilting. Practice, practice. See, look, it's already almost 3 o'clock. Look at that. This is why. And I don't think I'm going to commit to, no, I better go through the center first. I don't think I'm going to commit to any particular color for the backing. Because if I do, I'm really going to, if I commit to making sure, I need to commit to making sure I don't drop it onto the floor. But if I commit to making sure that every single backing, if I commit to having consistent backing, then I'm just going to frustrate. Well, not frustrate, but then I'm going to, it's going to be really, it needs to look like a patchwork nightmare, you know? That reminds me, I should probably switch out to my walking foot. This is better on a walking foot because then you're not going to push anything ahead of yourself. I just went right over the pin because I don't care. I'm probably overdue for a fresh needle anyway. So what's everybody else working on today? What's everybody else doing? I know black. Well, no, black is fine because there's bits of black in the corners. I'm probably gonna, I don't know, I think I have a lot of black. I've always got a lot of black fabric kicking around, so I probably am going to focus on having at least some black in almost every piece. Not a 100% match up on the corner, so there we go. Get that out of the way. I know for this type of thing, it's always better if you can coordinate your fabrics into a pattern. I'm all about practicing the technique right now, the coordination. Well, I've got one that the next one I'm doing. I've got 3 that I'm working on this afternoon. 3 things that I'm practicing with this afternoon. I've got 3 that I'm going to practice with this afternoon, and then ideally I can do 1 or 2 of something. Actually, one I think I'm just going to do a tarot mat out of. You ever get like you feel like you got to crack your elbow? It's one thing when it's your knuckle, but when it's your elbow. Now, if I am focusing on a project, if I'm focused on doing this correctly, then normally this is where I stop, wherever I'm doing for quilting towards the center. And I don't usually agonize about the edges here, but because I'm throwing it in the pile, I'm going to do a quick little baste around the edges. I'm not going to try too hard because there's going to be a I was working out back. My mother-in-law was getting a few skip stitches with the faux leather, so I put myself in a timeout. Oh yeah, there's a way. If you do it really, really carefully, you can like come back over it and fill in that stitch, but it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm just going to actually, I just need this to be a basting stitch that I might even end up taking out later. So I am just going to go, basically I need this in place because I need to make sure that nothing's going to move because I'm going to be storing it. And this whole piece, I don't want that to get scratched or dragged out of shape, or I want it to be able to stay exactly as I leave it. So, but this is getting stitched again and again and again. I always get a little worked up about the idea of fraying, because fraying can take a piece that fits just right and turn it into something that is no good. That's why I kind of get stuck in my head about, and once I get started, I don't want to stop. But yeah, I got I put myself in a timeout from the shop for different, well, for like I said, we're waiting out all this freaking tariff drama, change of government drama, and now whether or not our postal service is going to go on strike drama. The last postal strike lasted for a month, and from the looks of it, the next one could last longer. If it looks like there's not going to be, a postal strike, then I'll get back to regular stuff for the shop as well. But if it looks like we're dealing with a postal strike, then this is going to become my summer. Which you know, worse things could be happening, right? Come on, get in there. Line up properly. There we go. I don't know why I went all the way to the end. I didn't need to. Okay. This basting section. Gail and Nanaby probably already know. Anybody else who's actually quietly paying attention in the background, which is not a dig. You're under no obligation to chat back with me. Anyway, once I finish my basting, this will only be visible from the back, and that's if I don't take the stitch out. Why is that not going? Oh, you ever do that? You're not paying attention, and you end up just putting a little too much pressure. And it's like, why is that foot? What's going on? My fabric isn't progressing through the foot. Yeah, this will be nice. This will let me make sure that the batting doesn't like retract. They say that this type of batting doesn't need full go crazy quilting, but oh shit, yeah, if I'm going to do that one, I have to do it a different style. I can also have different piles too, because I can use, if I have it, I can either mix and match the binding and not give a shit. That would create a lot of interesting textures throughout a piece. Or I can have whichever batting I happen to use as whichever bucket that the finished piece is going to be in. I'm only doing like one single back stitch just because. There, now if I want to, I just did this at 4. If I want to, I can come back and take out that stitch, and a little bit of batting shifted on me, so I was getting a bit. Not that it matters. When I'm ready, I'm going to go 1 inch all the way around. Yeah. Ooh, and you're working with faux leather? Yeah, that's kind of what I want it to be as a sampler, but like the next piece might only be like that big going beside it, so I'll have to, or it might be a 20 by 20 and then a 15 by 15 beside it. So that's the first one. I'm gonna store it like this, because then if it frays, I don't care. because when I'm ready to do this, I'll cut it to 1 inch all the way around. I'm going to cut it to 1 inch all the way around. I will sew it to the piece beside it, and then this will get like that, and then that's going to be that will be the front, and that will be the back for that piece. So yeah, I love my quilt as you go method, because then this piece is completely finished. All I have to do is attach it to the next one. Okay, that one's done. What's the other one that I wanted to do? This one. There. I'm doing 2 of these. I was digging through, going, well, what do I want to prioritize and what do I not want to prioritize? I'll turn one upside down so you guys can take a look at it. So there's that. This is the really, really badly wrinkled stuff that I just had out. Okay. Now, ideally, I've got another piece of this kicking around, and it doesn't have to. Oh, there it is right there. I've got. Okay. Pull this guy back out again. Doop to do. Do do 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 to do. This is I don't know if this okay, and again, Nana B, do you quilt as well, or do you make bags? I know Gail quilts. This is where's my shit? I'm actually usually a little bit better organized, but okay. So this is pretty simple. I don't need this to be perfect, at least not yet. I always try to leave a little bit of, okay, my machine likes to pull in, my machine likes to suck in the corners. So what I do is my machine likes to suck in the corners. So what I will often do, especially for more delicate small pieces like this, is I'll do everything a little bit bigger. You'll see. So I am just going to go, I'm going to switch feet is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go all the way around and sew that to that is what I'm going to be doing. I think it's called this is the start of my summer project, Jenny. Now, what I've got going on here, actually, that's something I needed to take care of. There we go. There's that one. There's Jenny. There. Don't worry. Being upgraded I just upgraded Nanny and Jenny to mods. And as anyone will tell you, that comes with absolutely no responsibility whatsoever that you have to take on. If for some reason somebody comes in, if for some reason a bunch of asshats show up, then you now have the power to delete their comments or put them in a. I think you can. I don't think you can block them completely, but you can put them in a timeout, and it allows you to share links. So if people are chatting, it's like, oh yeah, I was just reading this really cool book. Here's the link to it, that sort of thing. But no, I just like I just like seeing a lot of moderators. It makes me feel important. What's going on here? I thought so. Why is that moving like that? I think my walking foot might be broken. I think it might be. Is it supposed to come apart? Well, that would suck. These things are expensive. That just slides right back in again, but I'm not sure what's going on here because this is moving around way too much. Well, you're supposed to be there, aren't you? Okay, I'm just going to drop it in and see what happens. Come on, get back in there. Yeah, see, that's fine. That's fine. That could be all that's going on, is that that's in the wrong spot. Okay, that's in correctly. No, it's not. That is not in right. What's going on here? That is moving too much. I can't use the other one. Aha. Let's just double check. It might just be that the bottom piece was making it look worse than what it was. I'm going to take this all the way out. Good, good. Okay. There we go. Straighten it up. Oh, there's that. Let's do that. Okay, now that is going to go. Oh, that's going to stay on black. Okay, it looks like it was just the foot being out of. That was the bottom piece. The bottom piece just snaps off. We're over here. The bottom piece just snaps off, and it looks like it was just the bottom piece being out of place. Everything's going properly now. The bottom foot moving out of place just made the rest of it a problem. Okay. That is still going to go there. Okay, so this is apparently, I don't know if this is the proper technique, but it's the same result, that it will look like an exploding, what's called an exploding pineapple. Did I get that right? Oh, hey, Kent, I didn't see you wandering. Here is your less than real authority, but anyway. So anyway. So I found that if I leave this bigger, then when I'm over here, if they are the exact same size, and I start sewing, the needle can push this into the underworks, right? If this is a little bit bigger, it can't push this anywhere. So if you have a machine that tries to eat your corners, whenever possible, do your piece, do one piece bigger than the other, and then trim it. That's the lesson I learned after doing this for 10,000. I don't think I've hit 10,000 yet. I don't think I'm officially at 10,000 yet. Anyway, and I'm just double checking. See, nothing. There's nothing for it to grab. There's nothing for it to shove into the. There's nothing for it to shove into the corner, into the machine, so I don't have to agonize about my corners the same way. It feels like a little extra work. It really does. It feels like more work, but it's a great way to get that precision. Because if you mangle your corner and have to start over, then you have to make it smaller. This way, you're not going to mangle your corner, so it's easier to maintain your precision. But anyway, that's my solution. That's what I find works for me, because this machine is great. I love this machine. I really, really do. But it chews up my corners like if I'm not careful, it will chew up every corner. So I've gotten really whiny about it. I'm doing 2 of these. There's going to be 2 of these. That's all. That's that. Okay. I picked this blue because it matches the I picked this blue because it matches the blue that's I'll get in close in a second. Now that you can't see it, let me tell you about it. How's that for like instructional or what, eh? There we go. Okay. So yeah, it's an extra layer of work. It's an extra layer of work to come back here and trim this to size. I don't want the extra. Actually, I'll just do them both together. Put you there. Put you there. I really, really, really like this rotating mat. I buggered my neck a few days ago. Nothing serious. It's just annoying. But I'm not liking. Actually, it worked out really well. It's like, well, my neck hurts in just the right way to make life annoying. So I guess I'm binging video games for a week. Kind of. What am I doing? That goes there. There we go. I love the rotary mat because I don't have to move anything. So I don't have to worry about things shifting or not shifting or whatever. But I will say, like, if I was going somewhere, I've never found a way to avoid the corners getting bunched up. Yeah, there's two tricks. There's sewing into something like this first, and then so you sew into this, and then this just goes right here. So you sew. Let's turn the camera so you can actually see. So this is called a stitch leader, right? So you sew into this first, and then just butt this piece right up. So you sew into this and then straight onto that, but it can still snag your corners. If you've got a machine that just loves to eat your corners, this is the best way to get around it. You're going to waste a little bit of fabric, but I've found you're going to waste a little bit of fabric. There's no way around it. Oh, pardon me, but wasting a little bit of fabric so that you can get a good corner is still less wasteful than wrecking your corner and having to throw away the whole piece. Because sometimes, depending on what you're doing, you just can't. Yeah. Nothing worse than seeing the gaming menu or targeting system when you try to go to sleep. Oh my God! I woke up last night and it's like, I woke up last night for a little pee and I am sitting there on the can. You know how you do the half asleep stagger to the bathroom thing, right? I'm sitting there half asleep thinking, and it's like, oh, I could have done. It's like I'm thinking about my screens. It's like bad. Anyway, no, it's a little extra worky, a little bit. Can't do much about that, right? Trim my corners. I will tell you right now. Oh, I've got them in the wrong sides. They're on the wrong sides. I got to make a change here right quick. Yeah, take a break from my game so I can take a break and get some sewing done. And like I said, if we end up with the postal strike, I'm probably stuck taking the summer off anyway. That goes there. These are in the wrong spots. There is nothing like having a big, wide mouth bin in its fabric, so I can. Come on, my chair doesn't want to move. Right there under your table in just the right spot, so you can go scoop and dump all in one step. As long as you remember not to scoop and dump it all over yourself. Okay. Now, there it is. So you go corner to corner. So you go on the back. That's going to be the front. That's going to be the center. So whichever piece is going to be your center, you're going this way. You go corner to corner. This is a friction marker, so it's going to iron off. I'm going to be when I hit it with the iron, it's going to disappear immediately. People also sometimes use just a pencil or something that won't show up. What's going on? Oh, there we go. I think this one's almost out of ink. 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, now, moment of truth. Okay, there's two things that you can do. Because if you just run a rotary cutter over these, then you can just open this up and you get some little tiny blocks, right? Over there, get it back where it belongs. So you pop them away from each other. What's going on? Yeah, you pull them out so that they are away from each other. You find your black line. Make sure that they're not touching. Find your black line that way. Very, very carefully. Very, very carefully. You can also, if you really want to, work a stitch. You can also work a stitch ripper through just to get started. You got to get started somewhere, right? So you get started with just a big enough hole to get the tip of your scissors in. Go right to the corner because that'll be fine. You don't snip the corner or you'll undo it all, but go as close to the corner as you can get. Stay as straight as you can get. You do have to have some really good scissors that can get into a point. La la la. I'm going to do the other one at the same time. And when you're done, you're going to have that. You'll see. Let's get this one done. And just be very careful that you're pulling them apart properly. They're never going to be quite perfect. La 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 la. Yeah, I was debating on two things. I was debating on whether to start a channel just for when I'm gaming, or whether to just do gaming here, because I'm only ever going to live stream anyway. So if anybody's got feedback on, oh, I'd love to see it all in one place, or it would be easier to navigate if it was on two different channels, because I don't mind. I have no agenda when it comes to any of this stuff. There we go. Okay, there's number 1. Number 2. There we go. I wanted to do 2 of them because sometimes one turns out better than the other. And like I said, anything that I fuck up will make a perfect dog blanket. Okay. And it will be a great dog blanket. Okay, wait a second. Okay, I don't need to sacrifice that piece. That's a bigger piece. So I'm saving that because it's a bigger piece. Again, so this is going to go like that. This is going to go like that. I'm just going to go down the middle like that. Like this one here. I still don't, well, I'm going to take some of it off just so that it doesn't get just so it doesn't get beat up in the, and it doesn't have to be a straight line. Okay, that's fine. So I've got those two ready to go. I should have done this in reverse order. I should have trimmed this first because you got it. This is the thing about these ones here. You have to come back and trim them like crazy. So you want to get to that point. You want to get it as straight as possible and then go to the point, go just the tiniest bit past the point. Okay, apparently having this. Oh, and I have a 45-degree line here that I can use too. So there's that. Line up your 45-degree line on that. Nope, it's got it. Basically, you have to make sure that you're lining it up so that you're picking up all of the fat. You gotta pick up. You can't have big gaps. No, I don't really quilt. I make wallets and stuff for my market stall. Quilting stresses me out. Yeah, I love Quilt As You Go. Quilt As You Go is perfect. Okay, so basically, you're just going to come in here. You're going to use your 45-degree line here, and you're going to watch. There has to be a straight line. There has to be a straight line to stitch along. Because if I cut it like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is the exact tip, then I'm losing almost 1/4 of an inch here. I will not get a straight line. Come on, I've got bigger. Let's get this over here. Where's my 45? This is just being a pain in the ass today. That's about right. Okay. Here we go. La 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 la. Da 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 da. This is always a pain in the ass. This is a pain in the ass when you're working with the angles on the rulers because it's like if things start. I think I've already cut this one, but I'm just doing it. I'm doing it again to make sure that I have a line that I'm happy with. Yeah, I started off quilting just doing whatever the fuck whatever sounded like fun, and that's all I would do. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do all these fancy squares. I would take all my leftover fabric, connect together all the squares, and just get on with my life. Okay. Let's check my size, see where I'm at. Okay. This is slightly over 5.5. And those are all the same size. That's a little, this side here needs to be I need to take a tiny bit off of this side to make it equal out, to make it all equal. There we go. There, that's what it looks like now. See, I could just leave that. I could just leave that right now exactly as is and do a tiny quilt as you go, right? Have that be the front, have that just, I don't want them to be at an angle though, right? I want them to be square. Anyway. Okay, that goes there for now. This one comes over. This is okay. I love this particular design because it's actually really easy. It just takes a lot of measuring and trimming and that's probably going to be the better choice. Let's see what we got here. Trying to figure out the best way to figure out the best way to cut this. Yeah, I'm going to cut this with this up. I don't care if they come out the exact same size. I just care that they come out looking. I don't care if this one and that one are the exact same. I don't care if they're equal. How big is that one? That one is. Oh, that's how it's done. Okay. There we go. This is the thing to practice. This is what I'm practicing on. I'm practicing on my precision, and I don't think I'm. This particular block is really, really friendly to not being precise. Yeah, I definitely am happier with the way it's turning out by cutting it from the front, where I can see things better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, that's even better. Okay. It is such a teeny, teeny, tiny little bit of adjustment that happens. You just got to do what feels right for you. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go all the way around. This one's a little bit bigger now. This one's a little bit bigger. I'm doing the same thing, though, as I'm going to make sure that it's a little bit overlapping. This one's a little bigger and might shift. Has a better... Where are my pins? There are my pins. I'm looking right at them going, where are my pins? I don't know where my pins went. So we're just going to do that. There we go. Oh yeah, Lisa's wallet. Yeah, I forget. I think she has that. I think she's at work. She has it at work or something. I don't know what she did with it. She liked it a lot. And now we are going to go around all over again. Yeah, went too far. I know I went too far. That's better. Okay. Okay, it is nose blowing time. I'll be right back. I hate allergies. Okay, I am back. Well, let me see what we got. You said hi earlier, Kaz, didn't you? Yeah, two channels is better if I want to build a gaming viewership, but I'm not sure that I really care about building. I think 2 channels is better because I'm doing 2 very, very different things. I'm probably gonna, actually, you know what? I probably am gonna start a second channel because why not, right? Get a massage. Oh, I would love a massage. Let's talk to the wife about that. Yeah, you know what? I've already got. It'd be fun to start a gaming channel and see what happens. Because I don't game like in any serious, like hardcore way. And let's face it, like what was I watching? Oh, somebody had come. They're now making adaptive controllers for older people and people with disabilities to be able to game, right? Like, and I was reading something, and like, I am not some unicorn. The number of gamers that are like in their 60s and 70s is actually really, really high, right? So it's like, oh, wait a second. And the number of people that just want to game to relax and don't care about the leaderboards and all that stuff, there's a lot of that too, right? I don't know, maybe I should. I don't need to care. I don't need to care one way or the other. And it was actually really simple. Once I got it set up, it was really simple. So that was fine. Okay. So yeah, one extra layer of work to put this in first. And you know what? You don't even need to do that. If you don't care about the extra bulk, money on Twitch. I don't know. I do know. Lisa and I were actually talking about Twitch. I'd have to learn a whole new platform. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, and I'm already making money doing this, so I don't know that I would care about that. I might get more. Okay, I just want to hang out. I just want to hang out and chat while I'm gaming. That's all I really want to do. So this particular block is really simple. You just keep going. Yeah. Well, Lisa and I talked about it a bit. It looks like it'd be really super simple to set up. Wow, super simple to set up. It's like rhyme without rhyming. Twitch has got to be good with swearing and stuff, right? Because God knows I do way too much of that. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll start. Maybe that's the thing, because I found that I really, really enjoyed being able to chit chat while I was gaming. I really, really enjoyed that. Because when I'm hanging out at home and it's just me and Lisa's at work, it's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more fun and interesting to game if you can chat with somebody about whatever. Like that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I don't know what that is. Let's go see what this is. Dash! Hello? Come on up. Oh, stop! Come here, Bruno. Come on. Come here. Nope, you cannot be. Nope. Come on. Oh, you gotta go to the bedroom. Ah. You are getting way too much of an angry old man attitude. There you go. Stay there. No. Stay there. You're fine. I think I know what it is. Bruno. He's got angry old man energy. Actually, he's got super friendly energy, but he sounds angry. Be right back. Aha. Hi. Weren't you here last time? I think a week ago. Yeah, is it? Did you just like put it like right there?
No, I have to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Something, did I turn off the AC before?
I think you brought one here. Like, yeah, because we found our second one.
Oh, I was broke.
No, we need to. Yeah. Thank you. I gotta go release the hound. Come on. No, there's nobody there. They're all gone. It's all gone. All done. All done. Dush. No. All done. Dush. All done. Nope. It's all done. Well, yay! Yes, swearing on Twitch, Peggy is in. Check out the link for live hype trains happening right now, too. You'll be able to see money rolling in. Kent got the same delivery at the same time. Yeah, we got, we when it gets hot here, follow a few women that just put jigsaw puzzles together on stream. Okay, then maybe I'll try it. Perfect timing, just sat down to knit before starting the day. Hi from Australia. Hello, Helen Brown. Wait, who else is in Australia? Nanny B's in Australia? Aren't you in Australia, Nanny B? In Australian, apparently. I can't get it right. Gail's in Ontario. Yeah, I think I'll try. I think I'll give. You know what? I've got nothing better to do. I might as well give Twitch a try. Anyway, no, we had a computer. I mean, an air conditioner, and it just died because they do that, right? So this could be interesting. Okay, let's see if I can see the ink. Corner to corner. Here we go. Yeah, I think it would be more fun for everybody if I had the gaming, because it was fun. I was doing the gaming. I do like to. I'm kind of getting back into gaming these days, especially if I end up stuck taking the summer off. Oh, Kaz is also. Ew, 82 degrees. It's not that hot here. As a matter of fact, here it rained and cooled off a bit, so that was nice. Black thread. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch this. He's over there. Bruno's laying down when they didn't get to see the guy. This is a chalk. Over here. I'm trying to mark this, but I'm just not seeing the pen. This is a chalk roller. It's got a little thing in the end. This one here, you can't miss it. And it's just chalk, so it will come off really easy. But you got to be able to see your line, because you're never going to get a perfectly straight cut with this technique. It's never going to be perfectly straight. That's part of the because you're like with scissors, so you're never going to get a perfectly straight line. But you want to start off with your best chance for success, right? So make sure that this mark, make sure that your original crisscross is visible, easy to find. Oh, Kaz is running away again. So now, exact same thing as I did before, but I'm being a little bit more careful right now because I don't want to erase the chalk. So I'm just as tiny of a hole as you can get, and get your scissors in there. Right to the corner. I think this is called exploding pineapple. I don't know if this is actually, okay, the result is exploding pineapple, but I don't know if this is the actual technique. All I know is I just really like this. Forces me to, it's still easy. I don't have to give it a lot of thought. Forces me to slow down. The best quilting is done when you slow down. Okay, so now, let's do that one. So just, and now the chalk is gone. See, and now it's straight again as well. When it was just the blue, like you can see this from the back here, when it's just the blue, it's at an angle, it's diamond shape, but then when you put the next color in, it's back to being square again. So that's something you have to keep in mind when you do this, because like if I want to do one more layer, of this, then I have to. Jenny says, the more I think about it, the more I think a Twitch thing for gaming sounds fun for you. I think, honestly, even if people just came in gaming, you get distracted, you do whatever, right? And don't forget something I don't care about. I don't know if I say this enough, is that you guys, okay, a lot of us are older and remember the good old days of chat rooms, right? And we don't have that anymore. We don't have IRC and comic chat and all that other fun chat activity stuff. So like, I mean, if people are just, I'm not playing some game where you only have to talk to me and can't have side conversations going with each other and all that horse shit too. So it's like, I'm not sure I'm not sure if I'm expressing it properly, but just an active chat where I'm not pissing into the wind is fun too. And if that's what Twitch is good for, I'm good with that too. That came out weird. You guys know what I mean. Who remembers the chat room days? The good old days of the chat rooms. Okay, now if I want to continue this, if I want it to look like this, then I have to do this 2 more times. Because if I do it 1 more time, then it's going to be back to being an angle again, because that will fill in with a triangle, and then the square will shift again. So in order for this to be an upright square instead of an angle, I have to do 2 more. What time is it now? Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. It can be hard to. Sometimes you can end up with this section here is not a triangle. It's flattened off, right? And sometimes they can be bigger than others. So that's a pain. Well, it's just something you got to do, right? Okay, so let's get that in there. Let's turn this sideways. I lined this up. God, get over there. Get over there. It's got this thing right here, which gets in the way of lining up stuff sometimes. There we go. I don't want it like that. I don't want it like that. Yeah, I want it like that. And a quarter. And a quarter. Yeah, I think I figured out the. I think I got the lining it up thing down. I'm just trying a different thing for lining it up. This is what I wanted to do too. Yeah, remember? Yeah, bulletin board systems. Yeah, bulletin board systems, chat rooms. Like, I mean, everything had a live interactive chat, right? Everything. And now nothing does. Now, like Facebook is fine. You leave a message, so, you know, but Facebook is a bulletin board system. You come in, you see the chat, you come in, you see a message, you answer or not. It's entirely up to you. But this is like interactive, right? You know what? I don't care if the Twitch crowd is not welcoming and not kind, then they can go fuck themselves, and I'm fine, right? I can do a YouTube channel here. I will say that, like, when I first started this channel, when I first started doing the sewing, this one's a little bit off. When I first started doing the sewing, somebody came in and tried to be a shit for brains, and I just, you know, I scared them away is what ended up happening. Because, like, when I forget what I was doing. Anyway, I got a pretty thick skin. I have no problem telling people to go fuck themselves. I really don't, because, you know, you just, it just, I'm just from that kind of place, right? Yeah. It's about community socializing, just not being all lonesome. Yeah, because, like, I mean, I've got a good thing going here, and that's fine. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take my chances and see if it's obvious. Basically, I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch all the way around. This is how I should have been doing it from the start, but, you know, unless you want to stop and read a tutorial every 40 seconds, you just got to figure it out. Okay, that's a 1/4, that's a 1/4. That's too big. That's got to go over there. Okay, that's a 1/4. That's not a 1/4. That's a 1/4. That needs to be over there. This is a little bit off. Oh, okay, it's a 1/2. That's fine. These can kind of drift a little bit for sizing because, you know, you're cutting them with that. You're cutting them at weird angles and shit. There we go. That's about right. So now I've got 2 of those. I am going to okay. If I do these 2 and they're off size by a little bit, that's fine. That is, see, this is what I got to do, right? I got to figure out the exact size. That is 6 3/4. That is 6 1/2. So if I take a 1/4 inch off, taking a 1/4 inch off at this is, get up there. Because what I need to take off, I don't want to take a 1/4 inch off. If I lop off a 1/4 inch, it's going to be lopsided. I got to go 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, and 1/8 of an inch, all the way around. Half, yeah, I need to take 1/8 of an inch off all the way around. Okay, there's that. Line that up with that. There we go. Because then they're the same size. If I go all the way, if I go all the way around, they're about the same size, and I don't end up with it being, because, you know, if you cut, when you cut a block like this, you always have to measure from the center, not one side or the other, because then you just really end up, and I've done it. Oh, trust me, I've done it. Okay. There we go. And now, tell me I cut the right one. Please tell me I cut the right one. Now they're the same size. Now they're nearly identical. Now I've got 2 of them. See, I can put them here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. I can put these here. What else do I have? What do I have? Okay. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I knew I was going to find this. Hey, Debbie, I knew I was going to find this one immediately or not at all. Look at that one. I'm going to bring the camera down a little bit. So it's pale. So what if I put that there and that there, and then let's give it a flip. What if I turn that into that? What do you think? Oh yes, I'm barefoot and fancy free. My God, I am not about doing anything. I got my dental done. I do sedation dental, so this is the last of it. My root canal is fine done. So if I do that, if I put these together, if I cut that, if I cut a piece that size and a piece that size, then I can have a nice big block to go with the other one that I just made. That would look really nice. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the camera view because I turned it upside. Okay, I turned it upside down for you guys, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, this would look really, really good like that. And I don't know if you can see it. It's barely visible, but there's a little like butterfly or moth in the corner. That's why I picked this blue, because the wings are highlighted, and the plants over here are highlighted in that blue. And of course, the black complements the that particular black complements the background black without covering it up, while still being a distinct. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do. Now, do I have them face each other so that there's no up and no down, or do I have them both in the same direction? I guess it doesn't matter. Okay. Do I have? Don't think I have a small piece. I am making right now. Right now, all I'm making is patches for a quilt. I'm faffing a quilt because we might be getting. I'm kind of deprioritizing. Okay, the shop is going nowhere, but I'm deprioritizing it right now because the tariff thing is an ongoing concern. So we need to see how that's shaking out. We just had an election. Peg the sassy dragon like Puff the magic dragon. So anyway, so you know what? I could just go like that. I just have to go like that. I'm just going to be a little sloppy. This piece here can still. I'm just going around this right now because I have salvage. I have salvage to take off, so I'm being sloppy. Rough. I'm rough cutting right this second. I can cut this. I could have cut that more properly by going over the other thing, but quilting comes with a certain amount of waste no matter how you do it. So you got to get your head wrapped around that no matter. Yeah. So anyway, I just did this one earlier just to have a generic patch to see what I think of it, right? I just did that one. So I am faffling with some different ideas. I'm faffling with different ideas because I never give myself permission. Whenever I'm quilting, I just go, and then I start going way too fast. Yeah, this is fine. I need one. So what I'm doing is I'm doing different sizes and styles and types of patches, and then I'm just gonna like that. This, when I get this one done, it's gonna go with that and become patch number 2. Don't want to do that. Yeah, I do. I have to do that. Oh man, I should have put it on the round one. I've got a rotary mat. I should have put it on that. Doop de doop. Yeah, so now I'm gonna have to use the stitch leader to No, what if I do a Twitch channel, I'm gonna you know what? I've joked for years that, and that's why the gaming videos I have on the channel right now all say solidly mediocre. I play to have fun. I don't play to run the leaderboards or to do. I just play. I just play, and I'm not concerned. Yeah, this is gonna look nice. That is gonna look really nice. Okay. So if I were to do a Twitch channel, I would call it solidly mediocre, because that's you know, I do not want to do this whole, where'd it go? Don't mind me, I just gotta pick through the garbage for a second. Gotta get me a stitch leader. Method number 2 for keeping your fabrics from sucking into your machine. Okay, I guess I'm still stuck using black. I gotta put this back out, make sure I'm always doing it correctly. I'm gonna do it like that, because that guy's upside right, and so is that one. Okay. There we go. Because if you get that going, and then just have that one butted right up against it, then the stitch that's on this piece of fabric here helps hold everything up and keep that corner from being sucked into the machine. Now I am trying to make myself slow down. So, and now because I've got, this becomes a stitch leader. We'll go like that for this piece. I was just rotating this one here's got multi-directional, the pale one. So I was just seeing if there's a direction that I liked. I know there's a system for chain piecing. I haven't really had much opportunity to get good at it yet, so I haven't done it. Okay. Over here. We go like that. We go like that. And I go back over here because it's not fun if you're not stopping to iron every 30 seconds. Okay, we are going to always iron towards the dark side. I didn't want to trim these. I didn't want to separate these. Having them already sewn like that makes it really easy to keep them in place, but looks like I'm going this way. You're usually supposed to iron the dark. On the back, you're supposed to iron towards the dark, but there's just too much bulk in that center area, so I'm not going to try. Doing that properly. Now let's see if I've done this correctly. Okay, stitch leader goes back over there. Ironing is not my favorite thing. Ironing is very, very low on my list of favorite things, especially right now. Well, especially ever since I've been doing this, because where I'm sitting right now is like the most airless section of the house. So am I going to be lazy? No, I'm going to put a pin in here. Of course, I'm going to put the pin in backwards. It's always best to have the pin angled in the way that when you are going to be ironing, that you can actually pull the pin out towards yourself. There we go. Like that. I will say though, the more you dislike ironing, the better you get at it. It's kind of hard to describe. The more because I just like ironing. I'm not a fan of ironing, right? So I've gotten really good at it. So I don't usually have to screw around for long. I just go zip 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 and it's done, and then I move on with my world. It's like awesome. That stays there for a minute. My pins are over here. I don't like. I am very, very almost OCD about making sure that I pick up my pins and never let them. I won't put a pin like whatever, because if I get distracted and that's in it, like Bruno's idea of sniffing something is to drag his face over it for 5 hours. It's like with two dogs in the house and me in bare feet more often than not, I am not going to. I am not willing to leave pins so that they can get on the floor or something. Okay, that comes off. That comes up there. Let's see. Okay, and I guess that doesn't matter which way it goes now. Yeah, I've gotten pretty good. I've gotten pretty good at getting it right the first time. Well, okay, if you're gonna sew, you have to iron, right? So I have to iron whether I want to or not. I have to iron whether I want to or not, whether I like it or not, because I need this stuff to look good, right? So it's like, okay, this is a part of the job that I hate. So let's just. You don't get good at it because you like it. You get good at it because you're trying to get it over with. So by default, you will get good at it. So there we go. That's going to look gorgeous. I don't know if, and don't forget, like I can take a block this size, or I can take one that's like this. I can make one that's this wide and put it as a side. Oh my God, I once moved into a carpeted room my sister used for sewing. I cannot tell you how many needles I removed from my feet. I swore to her and called her names for every needle. Oh, fuck yeah. My one cousin, this was years ago when I was a kid, my one cousin has a story about her puppy finding a needle by eating it. It's like, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, now what do I want for the background on this one? Oh, is that big enough? Okay, so everything that, my technique, the quilt, there's a bunch of different ways to do quilt as you go. The technique that I use, I have to be at least 1 inch. I have to have at least 1 inch all the way around. So I think what I'm going to do. Oh wait, that's going to look nice. Is that the right size? Is that the right size? No, that is not the right size. I have one piece of black left, but it's not the right size. No, these are all too narrow. Let me find things. I am back. There, I think that one will do it. What about bringing in the blue as a border. Okay, this is going to be part of a quilt as you go pattern. I said, where is the blue? I only had a small piece of that. Actually, basically, I'm not making a border for this. What I'm going to be doing is a quilt as you go technique, where this is going to become the back and then fold around to be the front. Let me go see if I've got more of that blue. If I do, that might look good. You see there though. No. I do not have a blue that's going to work. I have one that's very, very close. Yeah, you know what I should do? How big is this one? 403. It's like 12 and a half by 12 and a half. Oh no, this is nice and plain and won't distract you from looking at the rest of the design, which is kind of why I grabbed it. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. It won't be huge. I think that'll be fine. And then as one thing that you have to watch out for too is that when you're doing your backings and stuff, when you're doing the quilting at the end, when you're all done, oh, it won't matter. Yeah, when I'm all done, I have to attach everything together using one color of thread. Okay, this one here was 12 and a half by 12 and a half. So if I go 18, it'll be fine. I'm going to go over there to cut it though, because that's going to be a much cleaner cut. Okay, that goes there. Don't mind me, guys. This is the episode where I can't sit down because I have shit to do. Okay, because I need batting. Okay, where is it? There's the end. Opening. There's the opening. Okay. Okay. Using batting in my house is a special adventure because Shayla will chew it like bubble gum if she can get at it. Let's go. A little bit more. A little bit more. Get away here. Okay, you come with me. Sorry for running away, guys. Oh, was he? Yeah, he gets his little puppy dreams going. It's hilarious. Okay. So cutting batting is a special adventure in my house. Usually I make Lisa help me. I thought, anybody who's been hanging out since the stream started, I thought that I had bigger pieces in the back because I thought I had way bigger pieces sitting in the back that I could be guaranteed to get this stuff from, but it wasn't working out. I'm doing lighter batting so I can make like a summer thing. Okay. Now that, yeah, we can't let Sheila get near any of this stuff. She is such a problem child when it comes to this. And the cotton batting, this stuff here, it's buried under a pile of stuff. The diaper flannel. She'll just she'll get a corner in the corner of the and she will sit there chewing on this shit. And the funny thing is that she doesn't swallow it. Okay, she doesn't intentionally swallow it. That doesn't mean she doesn't swallow it, right? So it's like we can't let her near it because we can't trust her. To the best of our knowledge, she's never intentionally swallowed any of it and has managed to avoid most. Okay. So last thing you want is for your batting to shift around while you're trying to work with it. This is going to be interesting. Okay. I did not do the finish. I did not do my, oh yes I did. Did I or didn't I? I don't know what the hell I did. You really don't need to do your final trimming on this until you've got it lined up on this and know what you're going to, and have decided what you're doing with it. There. You don't want to cut the needle, the pins. Slide that back. It's okay if the edges get a little tiny bit. Yeah, Bambi quilt. That's not going to be the whole thing. This is just going to be one block. Oh, there we go. I know what I'm going to do. How about, because this shouldn't take long. What time is it now? It's only 4:11. It's only 4:11. Got the other piece over there. That's got to be iron. My iron has a shut-off thing, and if you don't move it, if it doesn't detect enough motion, it will literally shut itself off. How about I finish this into a tarot mat? Anybody who wants to volunteer as tribute? The winner has one job. The winner has a job. I'm gonna finish this into a tarot mat and do a giveaway. But the winner has. Can you figure out what the applique parts will be like? Butterfly moss. I think what I'm going to do for the applique, we were talking about a way to do applique to make little designs and stuff like that. I think what I'm going to do for the applique initially is I'm going to find some really simple designs. I mean, insanely simple, and not try too hard, because I need practice before I start doing anything more complicated. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to finish this into a cloth and give it away. But the winner has a job. Whoever gets this needs to promise. If you don't keep your promise, that's fine. I'm not gonna judge. I'm gonna do a giveaway. Whoever wins this has to hopefully let me know what they think of it, because because this is a different batting. The cloth, the tarot mats that I usually do. I gotta iron this first. The tarot mats that I usually do are heavier batting. Okay. Do I need this again? I don't think I need this again. I think I can finally turn the damn thing off. It gets fucking hot. Okay, so this is pretty simple. I'm going to put it sort of kind of down on this end. I'm going to give myself some space. So this is about 12.5 by 12.5. Let me just do this. Okay, now I need to go over here. Just give me a second because I haven't done a giveaway. Okay, choose that one. That one. That one. Okay. Okay. I should probably capitalize that. Okay. How many people are in here right now? Yeah, there's 11 of us right now. So if you want to win it, comment with hashtag Bambi because I have this is an automatic tool that will, this is an automatic tool that will collect the votes. So just make sure hashtag Bambi, just like that. Copy and paste it if you're not sure. Come on, there we go. That one. I'm doing the, in case you're wondering, the reason why I want the polka dot is because even though it doesn't match, it won't, it's not a super, I don't think it'll distract from the block itself. That's why I usually, whenever I'm doing this type of stuff, there's usually a plainer back than front. Come on, you come on through just a little bit. The front is usually, that's why the, whatever I do for the front, the back is usually a more solid color than this, but what the hell, right? Okay, I'm gonna do that. There we go. Why are you doing that? Okay. And I will send it anywhere. I will send this anywhere in the world, so don't worry about where you are. And don't forget, the Etsy shop is set up as a business. It's a don't. I've had people go, I'm not going to enter because it's going to cost you a lot for postage, and it's like, dude, it's a business write-off, so don't worry about it. What's going on here? This particular type of batting is actually really easy to work with because you don't have to go crazy quilting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like that. Then I'm going to quilt these two down because they're patches, but I'm going to leave these two alone. And while I'm over here, I'm going to be trimming this even smaller. This is just a for me it's a good housekeeping habit because if for some reason I have to stop and start again or do, like say something happens and I have to go and I come back, if this is all starting to fray, I won't have the full inch that I need. So something's like tugging. I think it's the machine. It's like sometimes you have to repin because you just stop, it's like anything, like, trying to put screws on a, why is that one there? Oh, I know why. That's why. Let's go that way. That's better. Okay. So let us do this. Anyway, yeah, I think I will do Twitch. I think I will start a Twitch account, see how that goes. So this is a different type of batting. This is actually a type of batting I mean to test out for a while. Okay, I've been using this batting I've used this batting for several quilts, but testing out for stuff in the shop because it's extra puffy. So it's not going to lay the same way. A tarot mat, when I do a tarot mat, they lay really flat. This is not going to lay so as flat the same way. There we go. That one's done. I don't know why I pin everything to hold it all in place. And then the first thing I do is take all the fucking pins out before I can even get to it. Actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to do the center. The side pieces are small enough; they shouldn't be affected. Well, a couple of stitches came out of the ditch, but that's just the cost of doing business. Okay, now that one, we'll start from the side. There we go. So basically, the really cool thing that I like about this, one of the really, this one has a Twitch channel. He plays something, I forget what the name is. I think Twitch is getting really popular for people to just come in and play video games and hang out and do whatever. I think I'm gonna try. We were talking about it just the other day, and it's like we weren't sure how simple or easy it was going to be, but then we found out that my particular computer has a little onboard thing. My computer has an onboard thing where I just show up, click a button, and it just starts. I'm going to redo that piece there. Actually, I don't think I need to. There we go. Stitching in the ditch can be... Stitching in the ditch and actually staying in the ditch, that's something else. That's another reason why I wanted to faffle my way through a few of the blocks that I do know how to do, is for practice. To make sure that I'm... I love my tarot mat and constellation bag, Peggy. It's perfect pairing with your NSFW deck, which absolutely... Oh, thank you. Is that work with me? Somebody took somebody was doing some sort of a tarot reading course. I'm not sure through where. She didn't say. And she showed up to the course to take the course, and somebody had come with my deck. It was like, oh my God. And it's crazy. You guys are nuts. Like, I mean, you guys as the general tarot community, you guys are nuts because, wow. Every time I think about it, I'm like, oh wow, I just can't believe this. But talk about gratitude. Okay, so that's it for the quilting. That's it for the quilting because I don't want to go. Oh no, it's not. I've got the other one. There's two of these. So we are going to do the other one. We're going to do the second one because there's two of them. My God. I'm a professional, you say. Yeah, no, it's you know what, I mean, we knew that people were going to like the deck. We did. I mean, because people were giving us feedback before the deck was even finished, and it was all so awesome, and everybody was super, like, you know, nice and everything like that. but it's like, it's still like, Mask May Cry, if you want to see him. I should go look him up. I don't even know how Twitch works. I suppose there's nothing better to do. Well, you know what? If I'm on a forced vacation for the summer, I guess I've got nothing better to do than to learn a new platform. But yeah, it was fun. It was okay. It was fun to throw it up on my channel because it was easy. It was easy, but you know, everybody here tends to be a little bit more low key and laid back. So not everybody, you know, not everybody wants to watch gaming happen. Mind you, I've got other games. I've got other games to play too. That might end up being my summer. This might be the summer of gaming for me. If okay, the drama that we're looking at right now is that if there is a postal strike, there is a possibility that it could last for months. So that's the big drama that's got me spun up. Like for me, it's an annoyance because we're doing fine otherwise. This is just supposed to be a side gig. But oh, I just saw your comment, Ken. Thank you too. Thanks for supporting all that I do. That deck, yeah. We were talking about the possibility of, like, you know, what happens when we run out of this deck? What happens when we run out of the decks that we have now? Do we just reprint the exact same decks, or do we like maybe do a run with just without the keywords on them? I don't know. We'll have to decide. And the guys who do Little Dark Arts, they've decided to go their separate ways. I don't know if anything's. I don't know what is or isn't happening with them. They, you know, they are very sweet, very nice guys, but we didn't know them that we knew them through their reputation through the community, but we don't really know them that well otherwise. But they are no more. So if we decide that we want to do something else with that art, we have to use what we've got. We can't use anything else because Lisa and I had chatted about, well, if this does really well, maybe we could do a Sassy Dragon Oracle. But now it's going to have to be a Sassy something through somebody else. But come on, this way. Okay. You guys might have a shitty view for a minute because black on black is difficult at the best. Oh, t-shirts might be nice. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about the shitty lighting, guys. I've got to go look at black on black to get my to get the loose threads out, which means that you guys aren't going to be seeing shit for a minute. I will tell you right now. If you want to find out just how old you are, sew something that's either black on black or white on white in mid-range to poor lighting. Oh, that turned out really well, actually. So if you find, there it is. If you find a loose thread, to whoever wins this, if you find a loose thread, you can safely snip it. It just means that I couldn't see it. I think I got it all. There we go. Light's coming back to normal. Yeah. The funny thing is I'm actually farsighted. So like if I'm not seeing something, I'll be like this. But black on black, those types of color combinations, they can really get to you. Okay, so now comes, we're just gonna go that way. I'm just basically I don't want anything to shift while I'm prepping it. That goes there. Make sure the other, I did fall out of the ditch a couple of times here, but I don't think it's gonna wreck anything for anybody. Okay. So I measure an inch, I'm gonna go this way. It looks like it's the shortest side. I'm just okay. I'm just nothing. I've got no drama happening here. I've got just the way that the table lines up. It's better to do the short side first, and this has a short side and a long side. Go. Nope, all the way up 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Oh, what happened here? I think my rotary cutter has a flat spot. There we go. If you're ever like, I like this and I want to do one for myself. If you're doing one for yourself and you don't have a lot of confidence, start with about 1.5 inches, and then just fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it more than once. Right? I'm only gonna fold this. I'm only gonna fold this once because I've got the hang of it. But if you're not confident but want to do one anyway, you'll have a slightly thicker edging, but you'll get a really good result. There we go. I find that if I do this a little bit, if something's going to shift, it'll shift the way I want it to. I know what I mean. Okay, yeah, because that's got to go that way. There we go. Yep, this one needs a new blade. I'll put it over there so I can forget about it, and then I can put it back in a day or so. And then bitch because it needs a new blade. It's usually how it goes. Yeah, I just turned 60 in December. I'm 60.5 now. Yeah, this is the sharp one. Oh, no, that's just a piece of loose thread. I thought it was not loose thread. Okay. There we go. That goes there. Is that mine? Every now and again, this is what's going on with my vision. Oh, you have a great evening, Gail. This is what's going on with my vision. Something will be sitting at a weird angle or something, and I will suddenly not be able to tell if it's straight or not. I just had this like this, and suddenly, from my angle, it made it look like this square was off-centered. It's not. It's fine. That's why that seemed to move, because it did. There we go. Yeah, this thicker batting just likes to, I don't know if it's my imagination or not, but it just feels like it likes to shift all the time. That's why I got to go. I'm going the wrong way into the fabric is what I'm doing. If you go into the end, then it does let it shift. Look, the needle, you guys might not be able to see it, but the needle is actually shifting with it. And it goes sideways to wherever you want it to be. Oh, just a minute. No, don't worry, Gail. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. Let's just do it right now. Present. Share screen. Is that what? No. Present. Yep. There we go. I got. Okay, my name's in there. Obviously, if I win, I'll do it again. Let's see who wins. Okay, let's do this again. Come on. Only 4 people. Kent, I have your address, so I'll have this on your way to you in, well, probably in a day or so. Kent wins. Don't mind me. I'm just overthinking. Yeah, I'm overthinking everything's got it. Nothing can shift at this stage. So I'm overthinking because having the pins in the wrong direction is what's allowing it to shift. The cuts all came out right, but it's shifting and I don't like it. So congratulations, Kent. That will be on its way to you. Well, as soon as I finish it. This is actually almost done. Like I said, I'm just, I don't have as much practice with the, I don't have nearly as much practice with this particular batting, so I'm just being extra careful, that's all. Of course, first thing I do is put that in there. We'll do it from there. The other batting, now the other cloth that you have has a different batting in it. This is going to be more puffy. Oh, I'm in the wrong spot. Okay, here we go. You're welcome, Debbie. Yeah, I think I've got Gail. No, I don't. I'm not. I might not have your address. I may have lost it when I switched computers. Okay. Now, if I do this right, I'm going to try and do the corners properly. That's what we're doing. Yeah, and like I said, if you have a chance, I mean, and I'm not kidding. If you have a chance, if you get it and you go, this is so weird for my cards, it just doesn't work. I would love your feedback, even if it's, well, you can combine it with an order if you want to, absolutely, but there's no obligation to order. But if you have something, if you are planning an order, then just, if you are planning an order, then I'll go ahead and take off the shipping. Obviously, since I'm already paying for shipping anyway. But no, if you get this and it doesn't work for you, I would love your feedback. I saw the word bag. I would love your feedback, even if it's not positive feedback. I've got no, you know, I've got no concerns about the quality, but it might not be very user friendly when it comes to tarot, right? And if that's the case, I'd love to know. I would love the feedback. A lot of people when they say when they ask for feedback are like, just tell me how pretty I am. Okay, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. I do believe that I fucked that up. I was going to do a particular type of corner, and I can't do it. Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. And same thing that I said a few minutes ago. If you happen to find a loose thread, it will be a black thread, and it's because I just didn't see it and trim it because it can be hard to spot because I'm fucking old. Okay, let's get down here again. I might not be able to make this corner work. There's a beveling, you can do a beveled corner. Is it gonna go? It goes, barely, but it goes. There we go. Yeah, this is nice and puffy. It'll be nice. It'll definitely, okay, this definitely will be nice as a quilt design. There we go. Get in there properly, you know. Okay, that can go. That can go. There we go. There we go. Now a beveled corner, you have to start at the front and go backwards. Oh, let go. Don't mind me. I usually spend 5 minutes arguing with the machine whenever I'm trying to do a beveled corner. Beveled corners are easy, but they're easy, but they're also fiddly. There it goes. Yeah, it went down. What time is it? 4:38. Lisa should be just packing up from work now. This is perfect timing, actually. That's what I use. That's what I'm supposed to do. I wasn't sure if it was going to go, so I didn't do it that way the first time around. It's still the exact same result, but there's a trick that gets you around that corner. As long as you can get around the corner, the rest takes care of itself. You having a good time at the tarot deck secondhand? Oh, that went so well. They were in a new location and got the best turnout that they'd ever had. We made over $800. It was like, and everybody involved was like super stunned because these guys had done these before, but they had done them before, but they'd never been that successful. So it was they had done them before, but they were in a new location. Sorry, let me just get this correct. Let's say all this shit correctly. So yeah, so they were in a new location for the first time ever, and everybody was absolutely shocked at how well attended it was, because their old location was in there's a local metaphysical store, and their old location was in Reflections, which is no longer in business in the area, in this place that it was. And they had basically an event space, a space that was used for stuff like that, and they had never gotten that kind of response before. So everybody was really happy. And it looks like, and they did so well that I guess they were invited to put on an event, do another one out in Langley and another one somewhere else. So this might become their day job, or the organizers. This might become the organizer's day job. That's my opinion. Yeah. You know why? Because she's going to see this and I'm going to go, it's not yours. It belongs to Kent now. Fuck you. This is Kent's. There we go. And around the corner we go. Do, 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 do. And that's this. And trim the thread. Can't do it. Yeah. That one's got to go. That was fine. Okay. And there it is. Nice little, it's 12, it finished at 12 1/4 by 12 1/4. Oh, wait, no, wait, is that a quarter? Yep, a little 12 1/4 by 12 1/8. So it's not 100% perfect, but there it is. It's done. And that's been finished into a reading cloth. So that's going to be on its way to Kent. Yes, I don't know if you can see how puffy it is. It's nice and puffy, nice and light. Yeah, I'm halfway into it, and I'm like, well, wait a second. This doesn't have to be a patch. I think this one is a little tiny wonky. I think this one is a tiniest bit like that, or it's just my glasses. I can't tell. Anyway, I'm gonna get going now because Lisa is going to be home any minute now. the other one is going to be a patch in a bigger project. So that one's done. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I will see you again soon. I've got a bunch more of these to do. And I'll be back next week for sure. I'm not sure. What's today? Wednesday? There's a chance I might be back in on Friday, but we never know. We never know. Apparently I've got to go get, apparently I have to go get my iron just timed up. Apparently I have to go get Twitch set up. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Congratulations, Kent. And I will see everybody soon. Bye. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to do that.